Libra, welcome. Welcome back. If you're returning, this is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your weekly read. We're doing something a little different this week. I've pre-shuffled and pre-selected 3 cards for you off the top of the deck. And this is to save us a little time with the shuffling. So we'll start with these 3 cards. We'll do some clarifying cards from the Linestrider Tarot. This is the Light Seer Tarot we're working with this week. The Linestrider will be our clarifying card deck, and then we'll finish with a Sacred Destiny Oracle card from the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Linn. Let's see what we have for you. I did want to say, I was doing some reflecting before recording. I was out in the garden repotting some plants, and the general theme this week is growth, and what do we need in order to grow, and what do we need in order to flourish, really just come into our own. My plants, they need light, sunlight, they need water, they need soil, and as was obvious today, occasionally they need a bigger pot, right? They need a bigger space to spread out their roots, to really soak in the nutrients and grow. They will survive being in the small pot that I've left them in too long, but they won't really flourish. And so I'm looking at what does each sign need. And this is a reading for Libra, placement Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's a general reading, okay? So it won't resonate with all of you, but if you're not seeing themes here that speak to your life, it's not your energy that's coming through this week, and that's okay, because it might be next week. So take what is of value and leave the rest. We have for you this week, Libra, the Queen of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and the Chariot. So what do we have in these energies that speaks to your growth? Well, there's a very strong self-sufficient energy and a very honest energy about this Queen of Swords. This is someone who tells it like it is and really doesn't pull punches, can be considered cold and cutting, but truly is just no nonsense, just will tell you exactly what needs to be told, is very, very honest. And if they need, in fact, to be on their own and take care of themselves in order to live in their honesty, they most absolutely will. So there seems also in the 5 of Wands to be perhaps some conflict around you, a sense that you're being asked to sort of smooth the edges. You're being asked to compromise in some way your integrity, and you're not standing for it. It's not something that you're going to do. It feels like in order for your growth to occur, there needs to be movement. You're moving out of a situation that is full of rivalries, full of selective information sharing, which is a euphemism, of course, for lying. I had a boss once, and I was very concerned about a situation where I felt like the truth wasn't being told. And she said, nobody lied. It was just selective information sharing. And as a Queen of Swords energy this week, I think you'll appreciate just exactly how I felt when I heard that it was just completely offensive to me to hear it said that way. And I think that's the energy I'm picking up this week. You're done with some situation where everything is a half-truth, where everybody is trying to climb to the top of the pile and they don't mind who they step on to get there. There's a strong feeling there that for your personal growth, you need to exit stage left and be out of that situation. And the Chariot card coming here at the end tells me that you're going to do just that. There is action in this card. There is change. There's, a journey into your future, and you're holding the reins. So that's fantastic energy. You're starting out in a situation where you just know you're done. You don't want to deal with this situation any longer. And the positive here is that you absolutely have what you need to move out of that situation. So that's good. And that's going to be a big part of your growth, your personal growth. I'm going to pull some clarifying cards for you. See what we have for Libra. There's a couple. And it's the Five of Cups. And the Eight of Wands came out in reverse. So there may be a little bit more challenge to the leaving than it initially appeared. It's basically, you know, this isn't a situation that makes you happy. You know you don't want to stay in it. However, there is a sense of loss, and that's slowing your feet. It's holding you back from moving out into your future, from taking the reins and making that decisive journey forward away from the situation you don't want to be in. And I guess what I would want to say here is it's okay. It's okay to feel a sense of loss. Whatever situation you're in that you don't want to be in anymore, it didn't look like this when you got into it. You had a vision of what it could be, what you believed it was, what it could become, and it's okay to feel a bit of a sense of loss. I think with time, you will turn around and see the other two cups. So when I say that, I mean with the Five of Cups, often 3 of the cups have spilled, and there are 2 cups that are still upright and presumably full of potential. But the person in the card isn't looking at those 2. They're looking at the ones that have spilled. And so this is a choice, whether you acknowledge it to be a choice or not, to look at and focus on the sense of loss, as opposed to focusing on what remains full of potential for you. And that's okay. If that slows you down a little bit, if you need space to mourn, you should absolutely take that space, is what I sense here as a message. Let's take a look at the Sacred Destiny Oracle from Denise Lynn. See what your card is here for this week. It is Courage. Let me see that. So waves crashing on a shore. The sky looks a little bit rainbowed. And I'm giving all of these descriptions of the cards this week because I have started doing an audio-only recording to put up on Spotify for folks if you're on the go and you just want to hear the recordings, you want to hear the readings, and you don't have time to watch a video. So let's look at the meaning for this card, Courage. It's really a beautiful card. Step forward, throw your shoulders back, and stand up for yourself with passion. Speak up for those less fortunate. Be impeccable in all your actions. This isn't the time to be timid and pull back. Don't be limited by the beliefs of others. Use your passion to make a difference. Courage doesn't mean that you aren't afraid. Fearless means fear less. Acknowledge your fear and take action anyway. Make a stand. You are strong and powerful and have great valor within you. So it's not an easy choice. It's not an easy step forward, but you have the courage. You have the strength. And when you have given yourself the space you need to feel the loss, I am certain that you'll be able to take the reins of the chariot and move forward into a beautiful, beautiful future. So I think that's what I have for you this week. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. All of your likes, shares, and subscribes help the channel to grow, help these messages to get out to more folks who might find them useful. Since this is something I do because I love doing it and not as a job, I really do appreciate you all supporting the channel and helping the messages to get out to more folks. So I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. I hope I'll see you next week. Have a good one. Blessings.